Okay. Okay. Can you tell I'm recording now? Maybe so. All right. So wanted to bring us together, just a chance to breathe together, move together, come together at a time when there's a lot of unrest and just feelings of being separate, and having been separate and having been perhaps not engaged in a way that we would want to be or hope to be, and allowing ourselves to just pause. And the reason for that is that the first step in all of this is self-reflection, svadhyaya. It's one of the great precepts of the yoga practice, and that is to just reflect on how we are today, how we've been in the past, and what our aim is for the future. I mean, me personally, I felt a lot of shame and blame and like, where have you been all this time when all this has been right in front of you? Why haven't you done more, kind of thing. And I took comfort in Maya Angelou's quote, which was, do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. But I feel like, well, I've known better for a long time. Why haven't I been doing better? So perhaps all of this is just this huge wake-up call for all of us. I mean, all of us here are white women of a certain degree of privilege, and there are things we can do, and there are aims we can make, and there's just a ton to learn. So that requires I know we're all like this here, just a willingness to learn more, to understand more. And I believe when we can tap into our bodies and the courage and the stillness and the sweetness that's in there, really the divinity that's in each and every one of us, we can move forward with more clarity. I find things like shame and blame and guilt and judgment they're like veils, they're fogs, and they keep you from being able to use all of that energy that's going into those emotions. It keeps you from putting that energy into doing better better things. So from wherever you are right now, I invite you to just be here now, move together. Can you see me? Yes? Okay. Because I'm just seeing a big blue thing, and that's Joyce. Okay, let's see here.
If you change to speaker view, you'll be able to see just you, or mostly.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Thanks to Liv for darting in from the kitchen every second. All right, thank you. Thanks, Christine, welcome. All right, let's get to our mats, okay? So take a nice seat, couple blocks of strap. Great. And sit either cross-legged or in your Virasana. And then lengthen up through your spine. Settle down through your base. Bring your hands to your hips and draw your hips in toward each other. Just feel that connection. And with your hands lightly press down into the earth. So you feel this base of steadiness, of evenness. Take your shoulders up and back. And do that again, up and back. And again, big up and big back. And then take your arms up to the sky, palms forward, bend your elbows. Let's make a few elbow circles here in one direction. And then the other. And bring your arms right down by your sides. Lean back a little bit, close your eyes, take your chin toward your chest, and move your throat back. Bring your index fingers and thumbs together in a circle, with your palms on your lap. Take a deep breath in to rise from your low belly. And exhale to release your breath down and out and away. Inhale, fill up through the low belly, up through your spine, to your collarbones. Exhale all your breath out, just tuning into the rhythm, that pulsation of breath. Deep breath in to rise. And exhale all your breath out. Continuing on your own deep and steady breath. Today is a full moon. Full moon is a time of exposure, of expansion, of realization. It's bright, it's bold, it's also introspective. There's a lunar eclipse also today. Eclipses are passionate. They are the very epitome of concealment and revelation, of not seeing and then seeing, of not knowing and then knowing, of discovery, and an opportunity to shift from wherever you are to a new way. As Maya Angelou says, a better way to do better. Lean back a little bit into your big broad shoulders. Lift your elbows a little bit away from each other and try to stretch them away from each other. And then lean back a little bit more. Take a deep breath in to rise up through to the top of your head. And exhale all your breath out to land in the core and the center of your pelvis. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Bring your hands, Anjali Mudra, to your heart. Lean back a little bit and bring your heart toward your thumbs. When you exhale, soften around the corners of your eyes, separate your teeth a little bit. Feel the air on your skin. Feel this day on your skin. The breath around you. Take a full inhale. And exhale. Take your thumbs to the center of your forehead. Press your thumbs into your forehead and your forehead into your thumbs. And feel your third eye, really the place where supreme consciousness gathers inside of you. And as it presses into your thumbs, it's also lifting up into your fingertips. And going even higher than that. Take your elbows a little bit wider. Lean back a little bit more and lift from your belly again. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, bow chin to chest, head to heart. Inhale and lift your chin. And exhale to release your hands and blink your eyes open. Roll your shoulders up and back a few times. All right, left arm up to the sky, right hand behind you, reach up, and then twist over to the right, left hand to the outside. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist over to the right. Inhale, rise all along your spine. And exhale to twist. Inhale, rise. Exhale and twist. Option to take the left ear toward your left shoulder and draw the right shoulder out even more behind you. Gentle. Little bend in the right elbow. You kind of broaden your collarbones. Inhale, bring your head back up. Exhale your breath. Inhale back to the middle and exhale. Okay. Take your right arm high. Twist over to the left, hand to the outside. Bring your left hand behind you. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, twist over. Elbows a little bent, both of them. Inhale, rise. And exhale to twist. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. Let's bring your right ear toward the right shoulder. And any amount, try to drag your left shoulder back more. This is gentle, but kind of intense. Breathing deep through that whole side of your neck that holds up your head. And then inhale, come back to the center, or lift it up, and then come back to the middle with your head. And roll it out a little bit, one direction, then the other. Good, switch legs, left leg in front. Gonna do the same thing. Roll your shoulders up and back. Left arm up to the sky, reach. Twist over, left hand to the outside of the right thigh, right hand behind. We'll take it a little faster on this side. Rise up and twist to the right. Dip the ear, breathing. Inhale, rise, low belly up. Exhale. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, back to the middle. Right arm high, left arm behind, reach. And hand to the thigh. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, rise. Exhale, twist, and right ear over. Maybe you've done this enough and you're just going to keep the head straight up, and that's fine too. Dialing and lengthening. And lift the head back up. And inhale back to the middle. Exhale your breath. Good. Right on forward. You might be on your blocks here, on your forearms. Anywhere you go, it's fine. And come forward to breathe. I'm going to check to admit anyone else who needs it. Okay, I think we're all here. Don't see Michelle though. Okay, so take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale to come back up. And exhale. Bring your hands behind you. I'm going to come off my blanket here. Hands behind you. And we'll take a little back bend. This could be little, this could be a lot. And I remind you again to take these poses where it fits right into your body on this day. Because there's a lot of places to go in these poses. Hands behind, tented fingers, elbows bend and draw toward each other. Stretch your knees away from each other, root the tail. And then chin to chest, lift your sternum, lift your big heart. Lift it up and up. Pull your fingers away from each other as though you could broaden your collarbones more, lift the belly. And then if it feels okay, look up. And then for some of you, you're going to come forward onto the knees and take this a little bit bigger. You're on the shins and the knees and the lift. Inhale. Exhale. Come on back down. Deep breath in and out. Switch legs. Back bend again. Roll it up and back. And this can just be a nice, gentle lift here. Keeping your gaze on the horizon. Got the right leg in front. Root the tail. Hug the elbows. Lift the belly. Lift the heart. And maybe even lift up onto the knees with the breath. Big in. And then slowly, slowly bring it down. Good. Both legs out for a shake. Bend both knees. Feet hip width. Hands to the knees. Inhale, look forward and up. These are seated cat tilts kind of. Exhale and round. Inhale, forward to lift. And exhale to bow. Inhale, take it forward. The lifting high. And exhale to bow. Come on back to the middle. Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet together, knees wide. Your feet may be more forward. Blocks can be under the knees. A lot of options here. Some of you are going to open your feet like a book. Speaking of which, here's a good one. The places that scare you. I know a lot of you have read this. Pema Chodron. A Guide to Fearlessness in Difficult Times. There's a lot of really, really good stuff in here. I was reading it last night, and when I was making the bed this morning, which I don't often do, this page fell out, and it was a quote from Langston Hughes. What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? Does it explode? Literally found that under my pillow. Okay, anyway, breath and a bow. There's a humbleness to these bows. Yoga, as you know, we bow all the time, and there's a humility to it. There's also one of the two aspects of understanding fearlessness or our fear is that we've forgotten our connection to the divine. We've forgotten that we can ask for help and support in the form of a prayer or a hope or a wish. And it can be to God, it can be to spirit, source, supreme consciousness, what you will. But it's just an understanding that there's more out there than we can see. Slowly come up. And it's not just out there, it's benevolent. Okay, bring your hands under your knees, come on up. I digress, but you know me. Onto all fours. Take a deep breath in. Round your back, gaze towards your navel. Inhale, forward, come up, look up. And exhale to round. Big breath in, forward, lifting. And exhale to round. And come on back to the middle. Left arm forward, right arm high, twist to the right, and thread the needle. Right arm under the left, and you might come to your forehead, side of the head. Or you could come to the forehead, or to your block, or your blanket, and twist over. This pose keeps growing. So root down through the right arm. Stop wherever you want on this bus stop of a twist. Take the left leg back and float it up. Root. Take the left arm high. Extend. Some of you might want to bind with that foot. Keep the belly lifted. Feel the back body. Inhale. Exhale. And then bring that left hand down. Bring the left foot down. And come back up to the middle. And waggle it out side to side. Right arm forward. Reach high with the left. Thread it under. And press down into that left shoulder and arm. Take the right leg back. Stay here, or the next stage, float it up. So on this side, I feel more wobbly, so I'm just going to keep my right hand on the floor. And then if I feel less wobbly, I bring it up. I just listen. Breathe. Bind if you'd like. And then release. Hand and foot and knee and back. Okay, take both hands a little more in front, wrists more in front of the shoulders, and we're just going to take those big wide body circles. You can just keep on breathing. I want to focus on the exhale today. Really long, full exhales. We'll get into that a little more later on. Okay, and come on back. Let's take a child's pose. Just a reminder, this pose is always here, of course. When you want to pause, take a break. Sitting back on your heels, forehead to the floor or your block. Come on down. Inhale to come up. And exhale. Good. Plant your hands, wrists under your shoulders. Curl the toes. Lift the knees, a couple inches off the floor. Hug your hips. Press your finger pads down. Suction up through the palms. Gazes out. Breathing for 3, 2, engaging from the core, and 1. Bring it down. Good. Now flatten your feet so your toenails touch. Click down. Same thing. Press your hands down, away from each other and back. Hug your hips in, hug your heels toward each other isometrically. Lift up. Breathe. And lower down. And tap, tap, tap your feet. And I think it's time for a little toes pose. Curl your toes under. I hope my feet aren't too, I was out in the yard. They're a little dirty. So I'll turn this way, you won't see them. Sit back on your heels, toes curled under. And if this is too much, sit up. You can also take a blanket underneath between your thighs and knees. Arms up. Arms out to a T. Take your right arm underneath the left. Eagle arms. We'll be working with some eagleness today. Squeeze your arms in. variation. Forearms together, hands to your shoulders. Just give yourself a big hug. Right arm under, palms press. Pull the elbows down, armpits back, belly back, forearms forward, and fingertips toward the sky. Throat and ears back. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. And stay here, or inhale. Start to lift the elbows, lift the chin, and lift the gaze a little bit. Mini back bend. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, unravel. Might want to give your toes a break. Arms out, left arm under. Any bind you can find. Pull the elbows down. Fingertips forward and up. Forearms forward. Armpits back. Deep breath in. Exhale. Start to take a lift. Up, up, up. And release. Bring it on back. Hands to the floor. Flatten your feet. Tap, tap, tap it out. Good. Downward facing dog. Okay, Joyce, I'm gonna unmute you so you can tell me if anything screws up, okay? Except it's not doing it. Anyway.
I muted myself, but now I'm not muted. So what is your request?
Oh, just to talk to me if anything gets weird.
Weird.
Like if the internet stops or something.
Okay, we'll let you know. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. Bend your knees a lot. Tilt your sitting bones to the sky. Press your hands and arms down and forward. Even bend your elbows away from each other just a little bit. And again, the collarbone spreading. All right, with your knees bent, lift your belly towards your spine. And then as you start to lift up from your kneecaps, move the top of your thighs back and your heels toward the floor. Good. Bend your knees once again. This time lift your chin up so you get more of an arch in the low back. That's key. And then start to straighten the legs again. Top of the thighs back, lift the kneecaps, and bring your ears between your arms. Your heels might be on the floor and they might not be. But wherever they are, isometrically pull them up toward your sitting bones. So your legs root down, your four corners root down, but there's this lift up from the heels, moving back up your legs. Take a deep breath in and exhale. High plank position, coming forward. Bring your knees to the earth. Gaze forward and slowly lower your heart, leading the way, all the way down. Hands by your low ribs, feet are flat, cobra. Curl up, a gentle length here. And take it back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Bring your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee to your chest and step your right foot forward. Bring your back knee to the floor. Toe heel your right foot to the right. Take your hands to the inside of your front foot. Might be using a block here or two blocks. Okay, this is your lizard pose. Some of us will be here, some of us will lift the knee and be here. Either way, start to pull the front foot and back knee or toes toward each other. Lengthen. And then exhale as you pull your feet away from each other. Nice lift through the belly. Deep breath in. And exhale. And from wherever you are, bring your back knee down to the floor. Left hand stays on the floor or your block. Right hand to your low back. Lengthen. Twist to the right. Hug the right knee to the midline. Take your right arm up. Stay here or lift the back knee off the floor. You can move the left hand a little more to the left on tented fingers. Bring this into a little more of a back bend. Inhale. Exhale, release. Both hands to the earth. Toe heel the right foot in, just so the center of your knees over the second toe. And then straighten your front leg for your runner stretch. Also a great place for blocks. We all have our own blocks these days. Big breath and bow forward. Draw the right hip back. Press out through the right big toe mound. Inhale to look up. Bend into the front knee. Lift the back knee up off the floor. And float the left foot up to meet the right. Take as many steps as you need. Inhale, look forward, hands on blocks or shins or floor. Exhale, bow, soft knees. Inhale, look up. Big, long, wide breath. And exhale to bow. Inhale, look up. Hands to your hips, soft knees. Lift your chin. So get a little arch in the low back. And with soft knees, drop the tailbone and come up to standing. Good. All right, I know my head's cut off, but that's okay. Take your arms up to the sky, reach, and exhale to bow forward. Inhale, look up. Take the right leg back, right knee to the floor. Toe heel the left foot left for lizard. Hands come to the inside. Blocks or the floor. I use tented fingers because that gives me a bigger lift up through the chest and the armpits. So the shoulder blades are more connected. Inhale to pull the back knee and front heel toward each other. So that's kind of a gathering place, right? And then exhale and pull the front heel and back knee away and get the space. That's where the possibility is. First one's fearlessness, courage, gathering your resources, pulling in. And as you pull away, there's the space. What can I do now? What is it time for me to do now? Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Stay here or lift the back knee up and press out through the heel. Long line. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale your breath. Deep inhale. And exhale. Knee to the floor. Right hand on the block or the floor. Left hand to your low back. Lengthen, twist to the left. Lean back, head back, stack the shoulders. Again, pull the back knee and front heel toward each other. Gather it in. And exhale, press it away as you twist even more. And then this pose opens up too. To your degree. Lift the back knee up off the floor. Move the right hand more over to the right. Reach up from wherever you are and dial it open. Pull the mat in opposite directions with your feet or knees. Open it, open it, open it, and release. Look down Hands to the earth, back knee down again. Toe heel to left foot in slightly, center knee, second toe. Ardha Hanuman. Straighten the leg. Inner spiral, outer spiral, lengthen. Take a bow. Up and over. Each pose is really is a gathering in of your strength, your attention, your awareness, your flexibility, your stamina, all of that. And then when you stay in the pose, that's where the spaciousness comes in. That's where the air shows up. Places for the breath. Inhale to come up. Bend into your knee. Back knee up. Hands forward, gaze forward, and float the foot forward. Take a deep breath in. And exhale to bow. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale to bow. Root down. Hands to hips. Torso, bend your knees. Bring your torso as close to your thighs as you can and pitch your butt up toward the sky. Lift your chin. You're gonna get a nice arch in the low back. Roll the shoulders back, elbows move toward each other. And then keep all that as you start to take the tailbone down and forward, and you just kind of tip right on up to standing. Good. Arms up to reach. You reset this a little bit. Okay. All right, and then reach up high. So you're at the front of your mat. Your feet are a little wider than hip width and reach up. Bend the elbows a little bit and bring your hands into your heart. So I want to take Uddara Buddhi Mudra today, and I'll show you it. You bring your hands together, cross your left thumb in front of the right, interlace all the fingers except your index fingers. Those come together in like a pointer, little steeple. Left thumb in front of the right, fingers interlace, index fingers high. Okay, this is Fearless Mudra. It was created thousands of years ago. Reach it up. Bend your elbows, draw it back. Press through your feet, lift from your belly. So what is fearlessness? It doesn't mean not having fear. It means in spite of fear or all those things that cause fear, doubt, shame, blame, worry, all of it. In spite of it, you're still willing to learn and grow and go forward and become and shift. Reach up. Set your gaze, your drishti. Hug your shins in. Lift from your belly. Move your throat back. Lift your heels. So you're on the tiptoes. Press into your big toe mounds and rise up. Up and up. Big lift. Squeeze your head a little more with your arms. So every inch of you together, moving up. Inhale, exhale, lower your heels. And undo your arms. Roll the shoulders one direction and then the other. Let's take this Tai Chi thing we do sometimes. Now bring your thumbs into your palms and take your fingers over your thumbs. So it's like a fist with your thumbs tucked inside. And then we're just going to give ourselves little taps. Tap, tap, tap. From side to side. And this is good for the meridians, the digestion, just all the chakras. And then come back into the middle. And we're going to take these taps here. This is for your breath. All along the collarbones. I like to come right in here, like right where the arm attaches to the torso. That's a Mighty place, a lot of lymph in there. Over here. Breathe. So this is nice to do. I think this is like King Kong does this. All right. So Queen Kong, a little of this every day for your breath. All right. And then arms down and roll the shoulders. The front of your mat, sweep your arms to the sky, bend your knees and bow forward. Inhale, look up, step the right leg back. Bring your right knee to the floor and take your arms high. Low lunge. Reach up or lift the back knee up and go a little bit higher. Good. Some add-ons here. Keep the right arm lifted. Take the left hand back to the top of the back of your right thigh. Reach up. And maybe a little back bend comes into play here. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms to the sky, reach, and hands to the earth. Find your way back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee, step forward. Back knee to the floor. Low crescent, high reach.
Pam,
Stay
we
here
cannot
or
see
curl the
your
back
mat.
toes under.
Pam, we
Back
can't
knee lift.
see your mat anymore.
Say again.
We cannot see your mat anymore. Can you adjust?
Oh. Thanks, Joyce.
Good, thank you.
All right, so we're down here. We got this, or you're here. Left arm stays high. Remember, these variations are so optional. Right hand to the back of the left thigh. Root. Remember that hugging your front foot and back foot toward each other, or knee if it's back there. Do that first, and then pull them away from each other as you lift your heart. Maybe a little back bend comes into play here. Inhale, bring it back. High reach, and hands to the earth. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees again. Tilt your sitting bones to the sky. Lift your belly. Pull your hands away from each other and back. High plank. Hold here. Bring your knees to the floor at any time. Lower chaturanga. Gonna bring your hands out. So you're still facing where you're facing. But you take your hands out wide. We've done this in class a bunch. Elbows over your wrists, tented fingers. Turn the fingers in a little bit toward each other. Forehead to the floor. Click all toenails down. Press your pelvis into the earth, lift your belly. Shrug your shoulders by your ears, roll them back. Pull your fingers away from each other and back as you bring your heart up. Chin, head, breath. Pull your fingers away. It's a big, broad opening, front of the heart. Inhale. And exhale to lower. Back down. Stack your hands. Forehead on your hands. And windshield wiper your legs, side to side. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Okay. And then slowly come up and back onto all fours and waggle it out a little side to side. Now we're going to take a pigeon sequence, okay? And I want to remind you that pigeon full pigeon, you know, but this is a pigeon here, seated. And this is one here too, like this. So any variations on that is fine. And then I'll just go ahead and teach the usual pigeon. It's actually a half pigeon. All right, take your right leg, go to down dog first. Let's start at the very beginning, right? And then take the right leg up, bend your knee to your chest, and come through Paschimottanasana prep. Right leg. So if you're seated, the right leg's on top. If you're laying down, the right leg's on top. Press your hands down and forward. Bow forward, take your ribs back and squeeze your front heel and back knee toward each other. And then as you exhale, extend the right shin and knee forward and the back heel back. There's always more room. There's always more space. There's always more to learn. There's always more possibility. And the body's a great teacher of that. So you can stay up here or come down, forearms, elbows, arms in front, forehead to the floor, and come into your breath. Today, let's flatten the back foot if you already haven't, and settle in. Inhale to come up. Exhale your breath. Take a twist over the right leg, over the right toes. Some of you may be here instead. Elbow down, twisting over. Lean back. Or you're here. Dragging the back leg back. And then inhale, come up. And let's go over to the other side for your counter twist. Reaching over to the other side. Come back to the middle, stay here, or bend the back knee. You can hook it in the elbow for Mermaid, hold it in your strap, or hold the foot. You might bring the toes in. There's a lot of variations here. Scooch the front heel a little more toward the back thigh for this one. Breath. Inhale deeply. Exhale and release. Curl the toes. Up and back, three-legged dog. And bring that foot down. Left leg up. Bend your knee to chest. Come through. Paschimottanasana. Walk it back. Walk the back knee back. Hands come to the floor. Now hug your back knee and front heel toward each other, so there's a big lift. And then exhale as you pull them away, so it's though you're trying to slide that whole front shin forward. And if you're on your back or seated, the left leg is the one up, making the figure 4 shape. Come on down. Such a great pose. Stay here throughout this whole sequence if you'd like. And inhale to come on up. And exhale. Okay, walk over the front toes for a little twist. And it sometimes feels better to bring the heel closer, left heel closer to the right thigh for this. Some of you may take the left elbow to the arch of the foot or near there, palms press and twist back. Arm and foot, The whole time though, from the roof of your mouth to the top of your head, you're aiming forward. And your heart is aiming toward the sky. One part knowledge, one part compassion. They go together. And then come on back into the middle and exhale. Counter twist, other side. Keep a lift, keep a little bend here in the elbows too. So I want to keep all this open today. So much breath. And then come on back into the middle. Exhale. Heel comes back a little bit if you're coming into Mermaid. Maybe a block or a blanket under your left butt cheek. It's good. Bend the back knee. How about this for a pose? This is a good one. In your blocks. Or you take the foot. Maybe you take a mermaid out of this with the bind. Or a foot, the heel comes in. Either way, you're dialing back to the middle, back to the middle. Right femur bone lifts toward the sky. Left shin glides forward toward the front of your mat. Inhale. Exhale and release. Curl the toes, plant the hands. Three-legged. And bring that foot down. Let's take the left leg. Well, take the right leg up. I'll turn this way so you can see me. Take the right leg up. Bend the knee. We're just going to make some circles with the knee. They can be any kind of circles you like. This is an art class, so there's no right or wrong. And then we're going to come forward into Salamander Pose. And that looks like this. Good thing you told me to change the direction there, Joyce. Okay, flex the foot. Knee and ankle line up. This is the right leg. This is the left one. There's only two. And then dial to the middle. Pull this whole thigh and shin out. Come to the baby toe side of your back foot so that the sole of your foot is facing out toward the back of your mat. And then you're going to use your hands and arms to maybe dial a little bit to the left. Okay, if this is too much, you might be more in a pose like this, okay? With the knee here, or just modify it to your degree. You might be up on a block on the hip. That works too. Twisting. Oop, back toes. Good, and then press way out through the back heel and come back to middle and a little counter twist over to the other side. Getting deep into the psoas here and some of the digestive organs, the gut wisdom twisting, and then come on back into the middle and exhale. Good. We'll come out of this simply. Curl the back toes under, bring the back knee back, take a little Sphinx pose here, feet flat, forearms and elbows on the floor, and your shoulders and elbows kind of line up. Sorry about the cleavage. And then come forward with your heart and take a little lift here. Pull your forearms and hands away from each other and feed your heart forward. Self-compassion is really the beginning of so much of this. Got to start inside our own selves, figure it out, and take it forward. Big breath, and then lower down. Up and back, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, tilt your sitting bones to the sky, take your torso back to your thighs, lift your belly. Move your inner thighs back and apart. Straighten the legs, lifting the kneecaps. Top of the thighs back, heels to the floor. Spread it out. Keep hugging your hips toward each other. You feel the middle, you feel the strength, you feel the leg. All right then. Left leg up. Bend the knee. Let's take some knee circles. Okay. And then come forward and into your salamander pose or any variation. It's nice to be on that block or a blanket too for your hips. So you're here. Knee and ankle line up, foot is flexed, and the baby toe side of the back foot. See if you can see that. So the back foot looks like that. Okay. And then dial over to the, what side is that? The right side. Keep pressing back with that back foot. Be nice if it was at a wall, because you'd be pressing it right into the wall. Twist. And then come on back to the middle and counter twist over to the other side. Draw from your right hip to your right shoulder, and your right hip to your back heel. And twist. Breath. Come on back to the middle. Exhale. How are we doing for time? Okay. Back to Sphinx. Elbows under shoulders. Toes click down. Heart comes forward with a lift. Breathe. Breathe, breathe. Option. Look down. Lift the belly, hug the hips. Curl the toes. Lift up. Dolphin plank. Big breath in. Big breath out. Bring your feet in toward each other. Dial the heels to the right and twist. Maybe the arm comes up, the left one. And bring it down. Other side, heels to the left. Twist. Stay here or arm high. Hips high. Hand down, back in. Forearms, high plank, and lower. All the way. Stack the hands, forehead. Windshield wiper, side to side. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then slowly come up and back. Child's pose. Full breath in. Exhale. Inhale, bend the elbows a little. Get wider, like your shoulder blades are wings. Drawing out. And exhale. And slowly come up. And you're going to come up and find a wall or a chair for your eagle pose. So eagle is a mythical creature. And back in the day, long ago, it was believed to be as big as the forest. And man depended on the eagle for protection. But the eagle was also very fierce. And it was they were afraid of it. But it also brought them contentment and a sense of safety if it was on their side. So the eagle in this practice is really such a dual figure of fearlessness, of being fierce and strong, but also, gliding and having that bird's eye view, that vision to see more clearly. Okay, you can do this pose without anything. You can be at the wall, or I'm going to use this chair. Okay. Right leg up and across. So that looks like this. I'm holding on right here. Maybe the foot wraps around the calf. And then just dip in. Hips back, belly up. Shoulder blades on your back. So I like this chair because it helps me really have my shoulder blades on my back with this lift. Good. And then come on up. Foot to the floor. Eagle is also a symbol of truth. Satya, we call it. It's one of the yamas in yoga. Truthfulness. Another part of seeing clearly. Left leg up. Cross it and bind. Sometimes the toes are on the floor, okay? Sometimes they're at the calf. Sometimes they wrap around. Anyway, left hip back, squeeze the legs toward each other, squeeze the hips, lift the belly, shoulder blades on the back, bend your elbows a little. You can feel the shoulder blades go wide, even though they're firm. So there's a purposefulness, but also a kind of a surrender to the air, to the wind. Dip it in. So much easier this way, right? And then come all the way up and release it. Step it out. Do that one more time, possibly bringing the arms into play. We did the arms earlier in that devastating toes pose we did, okay? Right leg up and over. Either toes on the floor at the calf or wrap it behind the calf and squeeze in. Right hip goes back. Lift your belly, shoulder blades. Stay here, or maybe one arm just comes up and in. Otherwise, arms out, right arm under the left, hug it. Pull the elbows down, forearms forward, fingertips high. And breath. Dip a little deeper and release. Sweep up, inhale. Exhale, release it. Roll the shoulders. Other side, left leg up. Glad this chair has like spindles in it or whatever you call those. And wrap the foot. Left hip back. Hips back, belly up. And dip. Feel how broad you can make this. Way to make this broad in your chest. Elbows bend and pull away from each other. Shoulder blades on your back, but they're winging out. The energy's moving out, just like an eagle. Stay here, or left arm up and comes in. Or left arm under the right. Elbows down. Forearms hug and lean forward. Fingers high, armpits deep. Come a little deeper, pressing into the right heel. And release. Sweep up, inhale. And arms down by your sides. Whew. Roll your shoulders. If we'd had more time, we'd do that a few more times. You can practice that on your own. Now, stay where you are. We're going to come back into our fearless mudra. Left thumb over the right. Interlace all the other fingers. Your index fingers go high. Okay? And draw in. Set this up a little bit higher, I guess. And then reach up. Root the feet, four corners. Hug the hips, lift the belly. Bend your elbows a little and draw your arm bones back so your armpits get wider. And reach up. Big, big breath in. Exhale. Soften the knees a little bit. Release your jaw, separate your teeth. So there's a fierceness, right? It's a purposefulness going up and up and out, but also there's an ease. Anytime you need to, remember, bend your elbows a little, take your arms back. Reach up, 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 and then arms right down by your sides. Roll your shoulders. Okay, find your way down to a seated position. I will readjust. Use your blanket here if you want to sit on top of into our final poses. And we're going to take Gamukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. Take that to the bank. So this pose, the right knee crosses over the left. Just like, you know, a full Gomukhasana is this. So this is that, except the legs in front. This might not work for you. So you can either bring the foot a little forward, bring the knee up to the sky, or some of you just come into your Janu, Shirsasana. Line up the knees if you're here, stack them up, bow forward, and root everything into the earth. Press through the big toe mound. Come on up. Where's your strap? Here it is. You might use it around the ball of the foot. Hold the strap in your right hand, or you're going to hold the baby toe side of the foot. Left hand comes out to the side to support the twist. Lengthen and take your bow over. You may come just a little bit, doesn't matter how far, but feel the length through the bottom of the leg. That's full extension. Feel the length from the hips to the armpits, the back of the heart to the front of the heart. And any kind of bow you want here. Breathe. Inhale to come up and exhale your breath. Okay. Shake it out and just switch that out. You're going to have the left knee over the right, hug in. Mid to the middle, hug into the earth. This side, let's do this. Bring both hands to the top of the knee, press your hand and knee against each other, rise. And then start to come forward to your strap, or left hand to the baby toe side of the foot. Right hand comes beside you, lengthen, and take your bow. It's a big difference on one side versus the other here. So you might not be going too far, but you're going to be feeling something. So that's where the juice of the practice is this in the sensation. What does it feel like? What do I do with that feeling? Do I keep going? Do I back off? Do I wait? Either way, you breathe. The word breath is a big word these days. Breath and knees, and Fear and George and Brianna and Aubrey, Ahmad. Come on up. Legs, shake it. Onto your back. In. Close your eyes, knees to chest. Rock a little bit side to side. So there are your knees. Push your knees up into your hands. Take a huge breath in. Exhale and release your heart into the earth. The base of the heart, the base of the word is core. Courage is mixed in always with the aspects of love and kindness, compassion. Happy baby, draw down. Bring your knees back in, your feet to the floor. Satu Bandha bridge. Take your wheel if you'd like. Be able to graze your heels. Lift your hips, lift your chest. Shimmy your shoulder blades in. And then bring your arms either out to a V or interlace them, or palms facing, we sometimes do. Rest your head. Release from the roof of your mouth through the top of your head. Soften around the corners of your eyes. That eagle vision. Lifting. And then lower, lower down. Bring your feet to the outer edges of your mat. Arms out to a T, and we're just going to windshield wiper again, the knees. Okay. And back in. Take our final twist. Today we're going to take eagle legs for the twist, but you may prefer to not intertwine the legs and just do this side to side. So eagle legs, legs up. Cross the right leg over the left. Maybe you tuck the foot under. Shift your hips to the right. Take a breath and bring your knees over to the left. Torso to the right, gaze to the right. And feel the arch in the low back. And the lift from your belly way down low. On your next inhale, squeeze the legs and the belly, bring it back up. Undo the legs, feet to the floor, shift your hips back to the middle if they're not already there. Let's start by shifting the hips to the left this time. Take the legs up, left leg over right. In any variation here of your bind, big breath, and knees to the right, torso, chin to the left. Inhale to come back up. Shift the hips, undo your legs and feet to the floor. Any last pose you have in there you want to take? Shavasana. You can take your blanket underneath your thighs to support your low back. Blanket under your head, pillow it up. And then take these last moments just solid on the floor. You've opened up the front of the body and the back of the body, and now you get to spread eagle right down there on the floor. Each breath a reminder that each moment is precious and full, available as an opportunity right now to rest.
Take a deep, deep breath in. And a long, complete breath out. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely.
Wiggle your toes. Roll around on your wrists, your ankles, your jaw. Bend your knees, bring your feet to the floor. Roll to your right, curl into a little ball. With your eyes closed and two hands, press up to a comfortable seated position long through your spine and your neck. Lean back a little bit, lift from your heart. Rest your hands on your thighs. I'll end with a short little prayer from Reverend Brewster. May we be willing to listen. May we be willing to learn. May we be willing to evolve in consciousness. May all forces of injustice and oppression dissolve. May the walls that divide us fall away. May a new day dawn in this country. May we be channels and instruments of peace, so that all our children may live in love and belonging. Amen. Take your hands to your heart. Deep, full breath in. And a long exhale. Hands to the center, thumbs to the center of your forehead, your third eye. As you inhale, lift the chin and your heart, and your gaze toward the sky. Exhale, bow your head to your heart. Namaste. When you're ready, lift your head, release your hands, and open your eyes. Thank you all for joining me today.
Thank you, Pam.
Thank you, Pam.
And here comes everybody. The gates are open. All right. Well, thanks for being with me. It does me a world of good to be with you. So thank you. You're welcome. It's great to see your faces. This is Betty. She's annoying, but she's good. She lives to be petted. All right, you guys enjoy your day and stick with it.
Thank you, Pam.
Thank
You're welcome.
Pam.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Love Yoga Zoom.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, Peggy. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, there's some
Bye.
good persons there. Or one, anyway.
There's Cindy.
Bye-bye. I'm gonna go.
See you later.
Yep. See ya.
Bye.